In the Rift, written by WegianWarrior. While Thara, first claw of the House Sire, when bound a courier on the solar throne, felt her fur ripple as she avoided looking at the things that filled the main view screen of the human craft. It was the first time she had chartered a human transport, against the advice of several. Time, however, had been of essence, and she was in great haste. However, she considered as what was going on outside the ship crowded her mind even as she looked away, not in the strait of haste. In the seat beside her, Captain Josh, the master on the diminutive utilitarian, but above all, vast ship, looked almost bored. At least, Volthara reminded herself that is what her perfect understanding of the biped's body language told her. "You're holding up there, kitten." The human looked over at her as he asked the question. Volthara felt her tail lash, less due to the implied disrespect than the flashed teeth that accompanied the question. "We'll manage, Captain Josh," she managed to say with an almost steady voice. "How much longer must we remain in this place?" The human moved his shoulders in an odd way that Balthira had been informed was a shrug. She looked at him as the captain looked at the 3 view screens as if the things were not there, then down at the instruments, then back towards her. "It should only be a few more hours. Timax, well, weird out here. It's hard to say precisely. Still, a non-Terran ship would have taken you weeks or more." Balthira started to fold her ears, but caught herself and changed it into a mimic of a human nod. Less elegant, but also easier for the biped to understand. "Don't worry, kitten," the human continued. "You seem to be holding up better than most of my passengers have done before. You're a pride of your house and clan." Balthara paused, her whiskers twitching in ill-hidden pleasure at the unexpected praise. She relaxed a little, just enough for her curiosity to raise a paw at the back of her mind. "I thank thee, Captain Josh. If I might ask, why do Terrans choose this way of superluminal travel?" The human turned its chair so it faced Volthira directly, its back towards the view screen. "Why we slip outside of reality instead of bending space or building hypergates or adjusting the gravitational constants like other species." Volthira mimicked a human nod again. "This way is both faster and cheaper, and I think that's what you're truly asking," the human said as he gestured towards the view screens. "Is why we don't fear what you call the demons between realities." Balthira swallowed at the mention of the name. Only a porful of species across the octals of planets had ever dared to name the things that lurked outside, and none dared to say those names out loud. "Yes," she managed to say, "that is my true question." The human looked towards the view screens as if he was studying the indescribable horrors outside. "It's simple, really," the human said in a steady voice. "Humans have always had an innate, instinctive response to anything or anyone who we consider to be trying to hurt, threaten, or scare us. You might have heard it referred to as the fight-or-flight response." The diminutive biped looked back at her, the pair of bright eyes focused on Balthira as it continued. "Except when you're out there, in the nothingness that is the rift between somethingness, flight was never an option. So when we first encountered these eldritch entities, we fought them." Balthira suppressed another fur ripple. The idea of fighting the demons between realities was insane. "And as a dozen species can tell you," the human went on, "humans don't fight fair. We fight to not lose and to stop the other side from winning." Balthira considered what she had heard about the wars the Terrans had been part of. Perhaps the humans were insane enough to think the unthinkable, and so the undoable. "No, humans don't worry about the so-called demons here in the rift. We have no reason to fear them," Captain Josh said, as he turned back to the instruments and controls. "The demons, on the other hand, have many reasons to fear humanity." End of story. I'd greatly like to thank our Tier 5 channel members, Caspar Arnholtz, John Creighton, Manatharia, 050, Dragzoon WRE, and Elijah Silvercross. Thank you very much.